Joining me now to share their point of view, political strategists O'Brien Murray and Hank Sheinkopf. First of all, I want to talk about presidential politics. Ron DeSantis came to Staten Island to push himself as the law and order person in the presidential race. Good idea, bad idea? Does he have a shot?
Good idea. He's got a shot. I mean, he went to Staten Island because that's where the people are. The Republicans in New York City are there. He went there to see people like you, the New York media. And he went to the local place where all the supporters were going to be there and didn't have to drive in buses to Manhattan or anywhere else. So it was the right place to be for him. But
the question is it Trumpville? And does he have a shot in New York? Hank.
He's got to make the case against Trumpville, and that's why he went there, to say New York is not Trumpville, it's going to be DeSantisville. Smart move in that way. Could he be the nominee? Sure. Anybody could be the nominee right now. And they got scores of people who want the job.
But see, that's the big question. So many Republicans want the job that if there's a Trump vote over here, which depending on who you believe is either 30 or 45%, and on this side you have everybody else, they split the other part of the pie, Trump wins. So should the Republicans sort of like say, we'll pick one candidate or two?
Well, it's almost like '92 with Clinton. Bill Clinton was not running for president. He was running for president 4 years later. It was a test. And a funny thing happened on the way to the Coliseum. He made it through. And so if you look at this time, are people going to run against President Trump? Or are they going to run for the next show? And that becomes part of the question, why they want to get in it. And it's just like, that's not like any other campaign we've ever been in. If you have one person versus everyone that doesn't want that person, it works. If it's 5 people against them, it splits the vote up. That's the question.
The problem is both parties suffer from the same syndrome, which is nobody's running the ships. And they're going to come up with chaos. If the Republicans had real people running the ship, they'd say, Scott, the senator from South Carolina, he's the guy. He's black. He's pro-police reform of some kind. He's smart on economics. He's very presentable and sharp. He'd be the one. Why? Blocks out the Democrats, but they're not thinking about that. What they're thinking about is cross-cultural war. It doesn't work. It's not going to work. And they could lose this even though they think Joe Biden is very weak.
Oh, Biden, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think anything can happen today. And if you look back, when President Obama ran, he was a senator. He'd never run for president. Everyone said Hillary had it. He's running. He'll get it next time. And he did it. President Trump had never run for office before. Everything that's happening in the past 20 years shows you don't know what to expect this year.
So do we expect a rematch of Biden-Trump?
No one knows what to expect. I mean, anything can happen. I think
today you'd have to make the odds that say that'd be the issue. Let's see what the prosecutors have to say in the next few months.
And don't forget that the issue here is the polling shows that Biden can beat Trump, but not somebody else. And that's the challenge of the Democratic Party, whether or not they're going to be in the wings, and if there's time, if there's a change in the leadership, what they're going to do with that. Right now, he's the guy running as a Democrat.
So is there a pressure on the Democrats to come up with somebody other than Biden?
I think there's, among themselves, they're already doing it.
There's a pressure among the Democrats to come up with anybody but Harris. That's the different question as the vice presidential candidate. Because everybody's not crazy about her, and she's really got real problems. With respect to Biden, who replaces? I mean, what president does not decide to run for re-election given the shot? The only one in our lifetimes, or even close to anybody's lifetimes, was Lyndon Johnson. He did it in 1968. It doesn't happen. But Joe Biden gets the shot, he's going.
But if Trump were to win, same thing. He would only get one term by the Constitution.
Yeah, that's true. Grover Cleveland, Trump.
But so here's the question. If there's a matchup, what happens? Do the disaffected Republicans who left the party and supported a Democrat last time over Trump stay there, or do they go back and they say, well, you know, we didn't really like Biden that much, we're going to go back and support Trump? What happens? Predict.
Blue-collar white men will make the decision. They'll make it in the Midwest, and if they turn out in large numbers for Trump in those primaries, he's going to be tough in the primaries. He's going to be tough in the fall. It's just that simple. They're the most disaffected. They're the people with the greatest intensity of turnout.
Is the migrant question going to be a deciding factor? Obi.
Among the demographics Hank's talking about, certainly. But reality comes, you look at the past 2 presidential races, you're going to look at what certain states did. Where did President Trump win and then lose, and where did Biden outperform? And when you look at what that turnout was and who they were, that'll tell you, as Hank said, who's going to show up that day and make a difference.
So let's move from the president to the mayor, who's now entering his 2nd year in office. How's he doing?
I think he's doing great. I think, look what we had before. I sat here in your studio before with Bill de Blasio. We don't have him anymore. And we've got Eric Adams, who is communicating. He is, I'm not sure from your standpoint whether or not he's talking to the press enough, but he's out there, he's accessible. He has a different way of delivering the message at times, and after 8 years de Blasio, he's doing it differently. And we have to accept that that's a change.
Hank.
He is in the jackpot, and that's the problem. He has inherited a terrible set of circumstances.
From Bill de Blasio.
From Bill de Blasio. He has a terrible problem called the economy generally, and called the city's financial problems.
And crime.
And crime, which, you know, kind of began to, ticked up under de Blasio. De Blasio and the police department did not get along at all. It just didn't work out. Eric Adams is in the jackpot. The question is, can he resolve these problems with the financial problems he's going to be facing, which are going to get much more significant?
So what do you think?
Mike Gianaris. That's the challenge.
What?
Because Gianaris, Senator Cousins does a great job for what she's doing as a leader. But Gianaris is a renegade. He's the one that went against the governor when they tried to replace Benjamin. He's the one that Senator Brooks out in Long Island, the former senator, said, they are not supporting me. He would rather have senators from New York City than anywhere else in the state because they don't cause problems. That's Michael Gianaris. That's a senator from New York. He is up there against Eric Adams. He was out there.
But why?
I don't know why. He's not a Democrat. He's DSA. He's made it very clear. He's not the Democratic Party. He's the fringe of the Democratic Party in this country.
Every mayor has faced the same problem. It's called Albany. The issue here is how significant. It's much more significant because both chambers of the state legislature, the Assembly and the Senate, have supermajorities.
So let's put it in a little bit, perspective. We have a mayor who's what you call a moderate, and we have a legislature in both houses that have supermajorities that are controlled by a more left of center, shall we say, or progressive group of people. So does that mean an absolute clash between the city, the moderate mayor, and the more liberal left of center legislature?
He's got to become the champion for his city simply and understand who he's facing. He's not facing people against him in New York City. He's facing the legislature, and taking them on would be a smart thing because he's got nothing to lose. Because if this gets worse and there's nothing to indicate it's not going to get worse, they're going to try to blame him for the problem they created.
Brad Hoylman, who was the chairman of the judiciary who ran against this governor for the vote on Judge and led that fight, used to be the counsel for the business leaders of this city.
So what changed?
I do not want to make any assumptions that I don't. Marcia, I've said things before, and I've been true. I've been correct. I don't know. There's a big uncertainty. Why did he do what he did? Why did Gianaris jump to AOC the minute she won?
Because his district is very progressive.
We have a professional political class that ought to be put out of office. That's just the bottom line. We have a professional political class. We have a professional political class of people like me and him, and a professional political class of people who live off the system because of an 8-to-1 match in council races. And now we're going to be able to do that out of the other legislative races. And we have people who remain in office for their lifetimes who should be gone. So long as this professional political class remains in place, this is going to get worse, and Eric Adams is going to have more problems.
Last year, when the Senate was in session and the lieutenant governor resigned, Gianaris says the Senate is not going to take up the vote. He did that before he even talked to his senators. They didn't even have a phone call. That's the kind of leadership he was trying to do. That's not leadership. That's a renegade. And that's what
he also, we only have 15 seconds, but he also led the fight to stop the governor's pick to be the judge of the Chief Court of Appeals. Oh. Same thing.
Oh, did he? I thought he was behind the scenes on that one. You caught him on that one?
The Latinos took it again wrongly and got beaten again. It's Herman Badillo all over again, and it's just plain wrong.
Okay, that's all the time we have. We'll have to leave it there for now, but thank you for joining me.